first off, I want to say you guys all look amazing considering I'm assuming you haven't slept in like 3 weeks.
Oh, I'm asleep right now, I'm pretty sure.
We've caught it where we can.
Nicholas, you've played a comic book character now with no hair. You've also played one with way too much hair. So are you hoping one day to play a character with just the right amount of hair?
That's the sweet spot now. That
Playing Goldilocks.
Yeah,
I keep on calling my agent and I say, come on, where's just right down the middle,
Just the right amount of
of
hair.
hair. And they say, it's just not you. We can't,
Yeah.
no one's picking up the phone, so I don't know what to do about it.
No, I do love that you've played two comic book geniuses at this point. So I want to know, was there anything about playing Beast that helped you tap into Lex's intellect?
No, because I'm very stupid, so when I research these characters, it just makes me realize how stupid I am, even more so. And then I have to stop researching because I'm like, wow, you're so dumb, you don't understand any of the science behind any of this, so it's best just to pretend.
Yeah.
So I don't think, they're so opposing in their worldviews, and Lex is also, reckless with his science, and it's progress at the cost of everything else, whereas Hank is not. So it's a different, very different mindset.
Can I just say too, and having seen it twice now, there's little nuances that I caught the second time that you were doing as Lex that I was just like, God, he's like the best Lex ever.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic, man. Just
That's
like
very kind of you.
knocking the pencils off the second time. This little.
That was James's idea. Yeah,
That was so good. Now, Rachel, Superman calls Lois Cronkite at one point during the film. I want to know if there were, in fact, any real-life journalists that you inspired your portrayal at all.
Yeah, very much so. I'll leave them nameless because I haven't asked if I can let them know that I spoke to them, but I spoke to two investigative journalists, and one in particular, she's a brilliant journalist, somebody who I really admire and have admired from afar for a while. But I actually had the opportunity to speak to her while she was in the midst of a story, and I was really struck by how she moved her body, how she talked about her work, and also that she just talked about being drawn to the intensity and the extremes of the human condition from a very early age. And that really spoke to me. I was trying to find something I could hang on to build this version of Lois from, and I loved that idea. We also talked a lot about vices, things that you...
Didn't you talk about cigarettes at some point? Was that a...
Well, yeah, we didn't talk about cigarettes, but Lois historically is a smoker, and I was like, we weren't able to show that in this film. James was like, maybe she vaped at some point and was trying to quit.
Speaking of which, how much do you love Lois's diet of pure sugar?
Pure sugar. Well, that's the thing. I think it was like, what are these vices? Like, what gets you through if you're so focused on your work? I loved the idea that she was someone who would just lose track of the day and had, endless amounts of sugar and packaged food and ramen noodles and half-folded laundry all over the house. And so, yeah.
Which, speaking personally, if you saw my love handles when I walked in, you know that that's way more of a vice of mine than smoking cigarettes. Speaking of...
Gotta have something.
David, what was the first thing that you ate when you came off the Superman diet?
Well, there was a chocolate brownie cake or something that was on set right after we wrapped, and I
inhaled it.
I inhaled it, and then for some reason filmed myself eating the last bite and posted it on the internet, which is very unlike me. But
meant that much to you.
But that was my way of sort of conveying, like, we wrapped the film. I'm off the wagon. So yeah, it was a chocolate brownie, and then it was a lot of cereal. But honestly,
the most delicious.
No, it was fine. No, the problem with the diet is that you have to eat so much.
Yeah.
It's not what you have to eat. It's that for me at least, the challenge was eating so much I was never hungry.
I'm 5'7". That is, we have different
different experiences.
Yeah, mine is how many days can I go not eating?
Yeah.
But one last question for you guys. Who's one DC character who doesn't appear in this film that you're hopeful to share the screen with in the future?
Batman. Yeah. Low-hanging fruit.
Do you have one?
One of the comics I read in the run-up to starting this, there was a link-up between Lex and Joker. The combination of those two together was really fun to read, so perhaps if we are lucky and get to keep making movies, that's something I'd like to see combined there.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I think Batman's got to be my answer, but it just occurred to me that one of the iterations of Robin would be interesting, because I think Superman has good dad energy, and although it's been explored, his relationship with his sons in certain iterations, I feel like it'd be interesting to have him as sort of an uncle figure to Batman's younger, protege. And then also Superman and Wonder Woman interests me in theory. you know, maybe we could have a love triangle in the other
I was gonna
direction.
say,
or
Lois would have a
something.
lot to say about
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if I can be part of that love triangle.
Well, no, that would be a love.
That would be
I've got a lot
love
of triangles
quad,
going
love
on.
square.
Oh, you meant you two and her. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Good. No. I thought you meant me. Yep.